Welcome back YouTube, VST hier van Spistech. I have my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra running the latest One UI 5. This here is my Samsung Galaxy A53 and I just received the November update, so I believe guys that's the best time to compare One UI running on those both phones. The top Galaxy phone, that is the S22 Ultra, versus the mid-tier A53. So I want to first show you guys the software version. I'm gonna go inside my settings, scroll down to software update. Last update, guys, you can just see the S22 Ultra runs on the BVKB update security patch from the 1st of November, and my Samsung Galaxy A53, yeah, see here the same BVKB, guys, again 1st of November. So we do believe that all here should be equaled out. I will also enable the navigation gesture on my S22 Ultra, and then we can start this full comparison. What I want to understand from this video is really how well is Samsung holding up with their mid-tier phones running the latest One UI 5, of course Android 13, but also I want to praise Samsung for the good work that they're doing, rolling Android 13 really for the S series, for the A series, and also really adopting it globally. Not all of the other brands are still here. We see, for example, that Xiaomi are struggling to get Android 13 mass rolled out. So really thumbs up for Samsung. They're doing a very good job. One quick check in the display settings before we start the first test. Motion smoothness here is on the adaptive. Here is on the high. There are no resolution options on the A53. Here, of course, we are running the top WQHD. And with that really out of the picture, guys, I'm gonna double tap these screens to just initiate the third test, and they are about the always on display. Always on display here on the S22 Ultra with the date and with the notifications, with the fingerprint icon and the battery. Always on display here on the A53. The upper part looks pretty much the same. We have here the clock, we have the date and the icons and notifications, but I just believe because of the fact where the optical fingerprint sensor is, the battery indicator is above him, and here we have an ultrasonic fingerprint reader, so this explains, I guess, this difference. Now let me just see what happens when we double tap here on the phone, double tap here as well. Let's check now the animations on the lock screen. Yeah, here no animation. Here on the S22 Ultra we have this very beautiful animation. I'm not sure if we can get this animation on the A53. The only idea is to use the same clock on the always on display and on the lock screen. That should really get you the animation, but I'm doing this on the A53 and still I don't have this animation. Else pretty much everything looks the same, guys. We have here the icon for the lock screen that is locked. Also down below we have our notifications that we can also unveil while clicking here. It pretty much looks the same. The only missing part that I cannot see on the A53 is this nice animation, but I really hope that Samsung will bring it in, or maybe it's my mistake, maybe I'm not able to enable it. But anyway, that's a tiny thing. Now let me just enter inside the home screens. Both phones, by the way, very responsive. The fingerprint reader animation is, I believe, the same, and now we're on the home screen of the A53 and on the S22 Ultra. And the first thing I'm gonna do is, of course, some home screen navigation. So the first thing I'm doing always on my phones is this here, just to try to access the settings menu, right? Very fluent on both devices. Absolutely the same, guys. They have the absolute same exact design language. We have here the selection for the default home screen. Then we have here our current home screen, right? And down below we have the icons of the wallpaper, themes, widgets, and the settings. All right, I think one more time is gonna be enough. So one more time, absolutely flawless on both phones, I have to say. All right, now let me just go to the left. Now, if I swipe up, I'm gonna return to my home screen, and those phones really, I mean, you can just see what happens, guys. Absolutely intact. It really feels like they are part of the one family, but they're not, because this here is the S series and this is the A series. But I think Samsung is doing an incredibly good job into unifying the experience for the end user. So no matter if you're using the S series, the most expensive one, or use the A series, which is kind of like the middle series from Samsung, you're pretty much gonna get the same software experience, or until up to now. Now let's go to the left. All right, here we have the Google Discover. Works all fine on both phones. All right, and now one swipe up will get us back on the home screen. One swipe down will get us the notifications, guys, and as you can just see, It's absolutely the same. Device control, media output, right? Going one more step down, we can just see all the quick toggles there. They are, again, absolutely the same. You can just see the icons on the status bar. Then these icons here, you have also the time, the date, device control, media output, and of course, everything that goes together. So far, no big changes, guys. And by the way, you can also see, guys, here, this is the blur that is applied, right? So there have been some discussions about blur. So we can probably just do a very slow swipe to see what will happen with the blur. Okay, now it's not the same, guys. And that's probably one of the first differences. This here, of course, being the top phone, will of course have more features. So see here, guys, the way the icons are blurred here, it's not exactly the same. Yeah, actually they are not really blurred here. There you have just this white screen that is kind of like applied on top. There is though a very easy explanation. The S22 Ultra, being the top phone, of course, is able to handle blur in real time. That's not the case here with the A53. All right, again, I don't think this is something big. I just wanted to mention so that it's clear. And now let's see what you can do with the notifications. Once we are here, guys, you have the options to swipe left to just, let's say, remove one notification. And then you have the options to just click here on this toggle and get more information. So they really work into absolute same way. Like, there is absolutely no difference here. It is absolutely the same settings. Notification settings, the clear button, you see here your mobile operator. It's pretty much the same information. Now we're back on the main screen and I'm gonna swipe up to access the up door. You can just see, guys, absolutely the same. Now, of course, there is gonna be this thing with the blur, right? When you just swipe like this, guys, see, this is going to be this difference. I'm not annoyed by this, right? I don't think that's a big thing. It's just really a different way of rendering, just because this phone, again, it has the top specs. But we're inside and absolutely everything looks the same. I can click here on the search button. I will get the same suggestions here and the same access to my keyboard, setting suggestions here, folders, the recent searches. So it is absolutely unified. And right now, guys, I don't think that if you would be using an A53 with One UI 5, you would have been missing on some One UI 5 features. Right now, it seems that it's all there. While I'm on my home screen, guys, I believe it's time to start checking if I have all the One UI 5 features from my S22 Ultra accessible on the A53. And the first thing that we're going to start, of course, is the adjustable lock screen. So once you're somewhere on your lock screen, hold your finger like this and then enter your phone. And if everything works correctly, guys, yes, it did. We should have access here to this new editable lock screen. People are saying that Samsung are influenced by Apple's iPhones. Yeah, I don't know, but we have the same information here. You can adjust the clock, you can adjust the widgets, you can just see, you can make it bigger. You also can adjust the transparency of your notifications there, which is really very good. And of course, also you're able to change these icons. Okay, wallpapers done, the same button, the very same design language followed throughout the way, which I believe is really great job. Now, one more time, checking some of the navigations. Going up in the up drawer, I just try to scroll to the left and right, very precise. The animation on the S22 Ultra, guys, seems to be a bit faster. And again, I'm just running stock settings on both phones. Now that's out of the picture, guys. Let's just try to access the recents menu. How do we do that? We take the finger, we scroll like this. All right. It feels absolutely the same. Yep. Absolutely the same, guys. You have here all of your applications. You, by the way, now have here one active app in the background. This is really a new feature from Android 13. I have this as well here, of course. So it is implemented into the very same exact way with the search button here. Okay, so I can go back to my recents menu. I can click even here inside the settings. Let's just try to click here inside the settings and see what will happen. Recent settings, show recommendation apps, contact us. So the implementation is flawless on both phones and is absolutely the same. Now let's try to compare the recent menu animations. All right, I think it's pretty much the same. And yeah, it looks really flawless, guys, really on both phones. So far, no big surprises. All right, even this bouncy animation, guys, when I'm reaching at the end of the list, see, absolutely the same. Although my general observation is that the animations on the S22 Ultra are a bit faster. Okay. All right, good. Now, going back on my home screen, guys, and now it's time to check some folder and apps opening. Now here, I don't have a folder, so I'm just going to create right now one so that we can see the animation. Boom. Okay, and let me just try to create one folder here. Boom. absolutely the same. Your folder is created and you are presented with an option to name it. So it is absolutely one and the same. Again, the animations on the S22 Ultra just a bit faster. Honestly, I prefer faster, but yeah, it's really barely noticeable. Let's now try to open some applications. The first thing I'm gonna open is the Play Store. Oh, okay. All right, let's just try to close it and open again. Surprise, one more time. Okay, good. Apps opening, the animation is very important, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to move now the Play Store icon here so that we can check if the animation is different when we do the opening from here. All right, one more time. Let's try also to open the Galaxy Store. Okay, yeah, this all looks quite fine, guys. It happens exactly in the very same way. Honestly, I didn't really expect something else. One more time. Of course, the S22 Ultra is just a bit faster. Okay. All right, now guys, let me just go inside the settings. I want to check something specific. So going inside the settings and showing you the new things. So we have the connections, we have the connected devices. It looks absolutely the same. We have the modes and routines, sounds and vibration. This is the new One UI 5 Android 13 look, guys. Security and privacy with the location, with accounts and backup. And now, guys, we can go to the advanced features. I am doing this on purpose. You're gonna see why. Here we have something called Labs. When I go inside Labs, guys, you can just see we have something called the full screen in split screen view. Swipe for pop-up view, swipe for split screen. And I'm very happy to see and report that we have the same options in the A53, which is really very good. But what does the full screen in split screen view mean? And what does swipe for pop-up and swipe for split screen mean? I'm gonna let you know, guys. So just showing you one example. I'm opening my Telegram. I'm going here inside my recents menu. I can now hold this and I can put it there. See here. If I put it there, I'm gonna get a split screen, and if I put it there, I'm gonna get a pop-up view. So let's just try to see if this will happen here exactly in the same way. So now I'm gonna open Viber. I'm holding Viber exactly the same way, here for split screen and here for the pop-up view. Honestly, I'm really happy to see that Samsung implemented it into the very exact same way. Let's test this one more time. I'm gonna open Viber on both phones. I'm gonna go inside the recents menu. Okay, recents menu. Hold the Viber application, drag it here for a pop-up view. Right, we have here a bigger pop-up. I can make it small and I can move it around. Hold the Viber on my A53, put it there. Pretty much have the same options, guys. All right, and you can just see it's really fluid. So yeah, the compromises really are small, and the implementation, from what I see, is very good. And tell me how many mobile phones you know that they can do things like this, right? And of course, you have here plenty of other options, guys. You can also go here. So I can open Play Store, and now I will have a split screen between these two applications. And this here is implemented into this very exact same way. Okay, so A53, One UI 5, right now it seems that almost all the features are there. Clicking here, guys, will get you the option to swap the screens. Let's just now check the animation. All right, yeah, so far so good. Now let's try to open the camera. Opening the camera. I'm gonna switch to the front camera. Okay. I'm inside the camera settings, and watermark was also one of the new things, believe it or not, that Samsung brought with One UI 5, and yeah, it's there. So if you want to use watermark, you can use it on the A53. It is absolutely implemented, and I'm really happy to see Samsung didn't make really too much of a compromises. They brought all the nice features inside both phones, bringing up One UI 5 with Android 13. All right, let's check for more goodies. Clicking here and going into wallpaper and style should give us this new Android 13 look. The color palette is there. The change introduced in One UI 5 Android 13 was the option to have really more colors. So if you go here to wallpaper colors, guys, you have really far more options than you had before. And let me just try to apply something. If I hit here apply, everything should change. All the menu icons and also the accent color should change accordingly. Okay, and now we are here. I'm just going to do a quick test. Absolutely. Here we have the preferred color. Here we have it the same. Also the bar has been changed. So this has been implemented. That's good. Now let's just keep checking more stuff. I'm inside the settings. Again, I do this for a purpose. I'm going to search for RAM. One UI 5 gave the option to turn off the RAM Plus on the S22 devices. On my S22 Ultra, you can see that I have the RAM Plus turned off because I have enough of physical memory. When I click on the A53, guys, yes, the option is there. You can absolutely turn RAM Plus, but of course this will require the phone to restart. Let's also explore the notifications options because they have been revamped into the One UI 5. If I click here on the pop-up style, guys, I'm gonna get the option brief, detailed, after show is brief, edge aligning style, color by keyword. It absolutely seem to be the same. And if you go to an individual applications, guys, you can just do this on an upper up basis. So allow notifications, use the sound and vibration, silent. Here, guys, this is the new thing. Notification types, lock screen, badge, pop-up, lock screen, badge, pop-up, categories, in-app notification settings. You also have the options to hide the content on the lock screen. So it seems that the implementation right now is absolutely one-to-one. Okay, let's check for some more interesting Android 13 features. And as you know, guys, Android 13 introduced the option to provide a specific language per application basis. So now, guys, we have app languages, and you can now choose different languages for applications. Of course, only the ones that are supported. So, for example, Chrome, right now Chrome, I get it in the system default, but I can change it only to Bulgarian. Speaking about Chrome, let's just try to open it and see how it will handle a very busy site like CNN. So open it. All right. Yeah, actually, the A53 surprising me, guys. See, it's really performing absolutely on par with the S22 Ultra. Of course, with things like browsing and chatting and all of that. So yeah, it's really good. One of the other mysterious things, if you hold an application like this, guys, you know you can also shrink it to a pop-up view. And I can do this here on my Ultra. And by the way, it is far easier to do this on a flat screen and not the curved screen. But I think the point here is that the implementation looks to be absolutely the same, guys. See, it is absolutely one-to-one. So my point is, if you're using One UI 5 on the A53, you will not be missing too many of the great new features that Samsung implemented. Continue to explore the new One UI 5 features, one of them being intelligent Wi-Fi. Yep, it is absolutely here inside your settings menu. And by the way, if you want to get full access to the Wi-Fi developers options, what you need to do, guys, is just click here like crazy, and then you're gonna get another menu called Wi-Fi developers options, from which, guys, you're gonna see really some crazy good information on your neighbors. So channel utilization and all of this absolutely stuck. And of course, there is plenty of other information here, like Wi-Fi diagnosis and network diagnosis. But the thing is absolutely running on A53. Remember One UI 4 introducing the call background feature, and One UI 5 is now bringing this to the next level. I'm now in an individual contact, and guys, you indeed can set up individual contacts call background information. So you can use pictures or you can use some short clips. It is absolutely available on the S22 Ultra and the A53. Now it's time to talk about widgets. If you see here, you will only find two widgets, but yes, I will surprise you. Those are the so-called stack widgets, and One UI 5 brought this option on the table to really allow you to use more. How can I stack a widget on top of this? Click here, create a stack, and now, guys, I'm just going to try to bring something else. So I'm gonna bring also the digital well-being. So now you see digital well-being, but boom, when I scroll to the left, guys, you're gonna see that we have also here the other widgets. So we have the device care and also the screen time. So stackable widgets absolutely implemented on A53 using One UI 5 as well. While we're on the widgets, let's just check for something else. If I click on the widgets on my Samsung S22 Ultra, I'm gonna get something called Smart Suggestion. Now, for some reason, guys, this is not available here, and I don't know why. All right, so I just hope that Samsung are going to bring it, because the Smart Suggestion widget is a very nice one and it will save you some time. It will give you the application that you access the most and then some useful information. And for some reason, this doesn't really exist in the One UI 5 implementation on the A53. And I really hope that Samsung will not forget and bring this in. Now let's check the screenshots. I'm gonna do a screenshot here. Okay, very nice picture. Let's do the screenshot here as well. Okay, the same behavior, guys, it's there. But I'm doing this again for a purpose. I'm gonna go back inside my gallery and I'm going to open this picture. Why? Because I want to test the new Android 13 text extraction functionality. So can you see this button here and this button here as well? What it will do, it will just go search for some text, guys, and then you're going to be able to just copy and paste the text where you want. So this is text extraction, and it is an Android 13 feature implemented in One UI 5, and we can see it both in the S22 Ultra and in the A53 as well. Our work in the settings menu is still not done. We need to check the modes and routines. This functionality existed before with Bixby and with routines, but right now Samsung brought it to the next level. You're able to choose some actions based on the activities that you're doing or not doing. Let's say if you're sleeping. So if I go here to sleep, right, I'll be able to do these following things. I can turn on my alarm clock, and I can then of course go to a do not disturb mode, and etc. and etc. Again, this functionality present on both S22 Ultra and the A53. Let's click on the weather to check the animation. Beautiful. I really love the Samsung weather application, and these animations, you can find them in so many Samsung apps here, and also good luck. They're really very nice. Guys, I do believe that we can now put the S22 Ultra away for a moment and just focus on the A53. From what I've seen so far, 99% of One UI 5 is really implemented here. So we have the colored palette thing, the dynamic theming. We have also the new functions in terms of splitting the screen and the multitasking and the pop-up view. So all of this is there. We have the new things inside the camera settings like the watermark. We have also the adjustable lock screen. We have the option to set up the call background per call tag. We have also the intelligent Wi-Fi. We have also the text extraction. Then we have also the new notification settings. So it seems to me that we have almost the complete package. Only one thing I was not able to find here, and this is the so-called smart suggestion widget. Remember, this is this widget here, but I don't believe that this is going to be really a huge drama, and I really hope that Samsung will bring it very soon to the A53 series. Now, both of my phones are running on the latest November patch, and I'm looking forward to receive the December patch. And then, guys, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be testing the hell out of the phone. 3D mark, Geekbench, throttling, and more tests. I think this will put an end to my rather lengthy video, and I really hope that you like content like this. If that's the case, guys, like the video, subscribe to my channel, guys. Come join our Telegram channel, we can have a chat, and please, you and your family stay safe until we meet in one of my next videos. And with that said, VST over and bye.